Okay, so this is an investment problem. Country Day's Scholarship Fund receives a gift of $105,000. The money is invested in stocks, bonds, and CDs. CDs pay 5.75% interest, bonds 3.6, stocks 11.7. Country Day invests $20,000 more in bonds than in CDs. If the annual income from the investments is $6,450, how much was invested in each vehicle? Vehicle means stocks, bonds, or CDs. So let's call this one S for stocks, B for bonds, C for CDs. That's what we're trying to figure out. How much should be invested in stocks, bonds, and CDs? With 3 letters, you know we need 3 equations. If we have 2 letters, we need 2 equations. If we have 3 letters, we need 3 equations. So let's write our 3 equations. The first one is going to be total invested. So the amount invested in stocks plus the amount invested in bonds plus the amount invested in CDs must equal the total amount invested. And that's the $105,000 right here. So $105,000 is the total amount invested. Next, we've got to figure out what the income is going to be. They invest and they want to get a percentage income. So, where does it say that? Well, right here, the CDs pay 5.75% interest. So, move the decimal back 2 places, boom, boom, be 0.0575C. And the bonds pay 3.6, move the decimal back 2 places, 0.036B. And the stocks pay 11.7%. Move the decimal back 2 places to turn it into a decimal, 0.117S. And that total income must be right there, $64,050. That's the annual income, $6,450. So there's 2 of the equations. We need 1 more. We have 2 equations, 3 letters. So we need 1 more equation. Where's my 3rd equation? What other information in this problem have I not yet used? Right here. 20,000 more in bonds than in CDs. So in other words, the amount of bonds is 20,000 added to more than the CDs, right? 20,000 more in bonds. The bond amount is 20,000 added to the CD amount, 20,000 more than the CD amount. There's my 3rd equation. Okay, so now we have our 3 equations. So here's the trick, though. We're going to use matrices to solve this problem, to make it easier. We don't want to do all the, we have 3 equations, 3 letters. This is a big pain to solve by substitution and elimination and all that. It'd be way easier to just solve it with matrices using a TI-84 graphing calculator or the Desmos.com. Let me write that up here. TI-84 graphing calculator or the Desmos.com website, it's a free math website that can do matrices also. So, but before we can do that, we have to put things in the right order. See how we have S coming first, then B, then C. Same thing here, S, then B, then C. The bottom one is out of order. You see how we have the S, B, and C on the left side, then comes the equal sign and the numbers on the right. Same thing here, S, B, C, equal sign, numbers on the right. Well, we have to make the 3rd equation match that. So I've got to subtract C from both sides, and it becomes B minus C equals 20,000, right? The C's cancel out here. B minus C equals 20,000. There we go. Now, let's write our matrix equation. So first off, peel the the numbers off the letters. So there's a 1 here, a 1 here, and a 1 here. 1, 1, 1. And a 0.117, and a 0.036, and a 0.0575. Okay, and now the bottom row, there's nothing here for S, so that means it's 0S plus, that's 0S, right? Because it's S first, then B, then C. So 0S plus 1B minus 1C. There we go. So there it is. There's our matrix. Now, let me get this kind of out of the way. Get this stuff out of the way here. Times S, B, C. That's the, those are my three letters. That's the letter matrix equation. Equals, and then the right side, what are the numbers on the right side? Well, I kind of erased this bottom one again. Here, let me put it back. This bottom one became 0S plus B minus C equals 20,000. There's the third equation when I jumped the C over to that side. So that's going to be 105,000, 6,450, and 20,000. So there's the right side. So this setup becomes matrix A times X equals matrix B. So maybe I better move it over here. AX equals B. Well, maybe I better not. Okay, so now how do I solve that? So to solve that, to get X alone, what are you going to do to get X alone? You got to get rid of that A. What's going to get rid of that A? Put A inverse on the left side here, and A inverse on the left side on that side also. So in other words, you put A inverse on the left of both sides. Why? Because then it cancels out that A, because A inverse is the opposite of A, and that gets X alone, so you can solve for X. X is this matrix. We can find S, B, and C, stocks, bonds, and CDs. So on the other side, we have to take matrix A, inverse button, times matrix B, and hit equals. So that means you've got to put this in as matrix A. Remember, this one was the original matrix A. So you got to put that in to your graphing calculator's matrix A. You got to put this matrix right here. This is matrix B. You got to put that in to your graphing calculator as matrix B. And then your last step will be to do what it says down here. A inverse times B, hit equals. All that can be seen if you go on the TI-84. If you go to the second video on homework problem number 9, section 7.7. So if you go to the homework number 9 in 7.7, the second video, the gentleman shows you exactly how to put stuff into your TI-84 calculator, how to put in all this is matrix A and all this is matrix B, and how to call forth all this stuff down here on the main screen to get your calculator to do it. So go to that video if you're not sure how to do that, and he'll lead you right through it with the TI-84 on the screen. Or you can do the same thing at desmos.com free math website. And that'll, if you do that, once you hit these buttons down here, once you go through this process, A inverse times B equals, you'll get the three answers right there. It'll just pop up on the screen: 25,000, 50,000, and 30,000. So quick, easy way to solve three equations with three letters. A very difficult problem here. We can solve easily using matrices with a graphing calculator or the desmos.com website.